आदि पावने। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, we are reading from Srīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 5, entitled The Cause of All Causes. And we are going to read from verse number 31 today.
We'll do the important shlokas.
Huh?
Important shlokas we'll do.
Important shlokas, na 1 second. My phone पे नहीं है वो.
I can share it.
You can share. एक मिनट, यहाँ पे है, लैपटॉप पे है. उसके लिए मुझे नहीं लगेगा इंटरनेट, because okay, I have it. I hope all of you also have it. So let's chant the verses. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. एतावान् सांख्य योगाभ्याम स्वधर्म परिनिष्ठया जन्मलाभ परपुंसामन्ते नारायण स्मृतिः। अकाम सर्वकामो वा मोक्षकाम उदारधी तीव्रेण भक्ति योगेन यजेत पुरुषं परम्। अहमेवासमेवाग्रे नान्यद्यत् सदसत्परं पश्चादहं यदेतच्च यो वशिष्येत सोऽस्म्यहम्। हृत्यर्थं यत् प्रतीयेत न प्रतीयेत चात्मनि तद्विद्यादात्मनो मायां यथा भासो यथा तमः। यथा महान्ति भूतानि भूतेषु चावचेष्वनु प्रविष्टानि तथा तेषु न तेषहम्। एतावद् एव जिज्ञास्यं तत्त्वजिज्ञासनात्मनः अन्वय व्यतिरेकाभ्यां यत् स्यात् सर्वत्र सर्वदा। अत्र सर्गो विसर्गश्च स्थानं पोषणमूतयः मन्वन्तरेशानुकथा निरोधो मुक्तिराश्रयः। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, we are going to continue our study of Grantha Srimad Bhagavatam from 2.5.31. Canto 2, Chapter 5, entitled The Cause of All Causes, text 31 onwards. Lord Brahmaji is responding to the question of Shripad Narad Muni. Let me put everyone on mute. Mute all. Okay. So, Shripad Narad Muni ji has asked his father, Lord Brahma, about the process of creation, how the Supreme Lord creates, maintains, and destroys this whole material universe. In response to that, Lord Brahmaji is explaining how Lord Vishnu creates everything, maintains everything, and ultimately everything enters back into Mahavishnu. So let's see from verse 31. Taijasa tu vikurvāṇād indriyāni dasha bhavan ज्ञान शक्ति क्रिया शक्तिर बुद्धि प्राणश्च तैजसौ श्रोत्रम त्वग्रहण दृक् जिह्वा वाग्दोर मेढ्रांग्रि पायवः. Translations and purports by our beloved founder Acharya. नित्य लीला प्रविष्ट ओम विष्णुपाद श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद जी महाराज की जय. Translation. Lord Brahmaji is telling Shripad Narad Muni, by further transformation of the mode of passion, the sense organs like the ear, the skin, the nose, the eyes, the tongue, the mouth, the hands, the genitals, the legs, and the outlet for evacuating, together with intelligence and the living energy, they are all generated. From which mode? From mode of passion. Now, who can tell me what are the 5 karmendriya and what are the 5 jnanendriyas? Please raise your hand. Okay, Shamchandra Prabhuji, please tell us the 10 senses.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandat Pranam. So the five Jnanendriyas or knowledge acquiring senses are the ear, eyes, skin, nose, and tongue. And the five karmendriyas or the working senses are hands, feet, mouth or voice, anus, and genitals.
Correct. Evacuating organs, reproductive organs, our power of speech, Vak Shakti, our hands and our legs. Legs to walk for locomotion and hands to do different activities, creative activities. So these are the karmendriyas and the five jnanendriyas, which are the knowledge acquiring five senses and active five senses. In this way, we have 10 senses. Thank you, Shamchandra Prabhu. So what did we read in this verse? How are all these senses along with intelligence produced? Who produces all our senses, our eyes, ears, skin? Who is producing it? We just read it. Raise your hand. Yes, Mukta Sangha Prabhu. Who creates the senses? You can unmute, Prabhuji.
It's because of the mode of passion.
Very good. This we have to understand. Our senses have been created through Rajogun, mode of passion. Understanding this is very important. And Prabhupada will explain why this is important. We have to understand all our senses, they are made from mode of passion. So our tongue may want to speak something. Our tongue may want to taste something. Then our skin may want to touch somebody. Eyes may want to see something or somebody. Ears may want to hear certain things. And our nose may want to smell certain perfumes. The mind wants to enjoy some feeling of appreciation, entertainment. So many feelings are there. So many desires are there. And the mind desires. Mind is the 11th sense. So, Indriyanam manah cha asmi, Krishna says. I am among the senses, I am the mind. Manah shashthani indriyani prakritisthani karshati. The five knowledge acquiring senses are mentioned by Krishna, and then Krishna says the mind is the sixth one. And the mind is the king of all the other senses. Therefore, Indriyanam manah chasmi. Mind is the best sense among all the senses. Because it is mind whose function is to desire. The mind says, I want to go to Switzerland. The mind says, I want to experience a cruise vacation. I want to go to the Bahamas on a cruise. The mind says, I want to go to this restaurant and eat. The mind says, बहुत हो गया यार, अभी थोड़ा entertainment हो जाए. चलो YouTube पे थोड़ा browse करते हैं. थोड़ा entertainment. Now YouTube पे there is Prabhupada ji's lectures. YouTube पे there are Guru Maharaj's lectures. But the mind says, बहुत हो गया, 16 माला हो गए, थोड़ा स्वाध्याय भी हो गया, कथा भी सुन ली, अभी थोड़ा सोने का समय है, थोड़ा टाइम है, थोड़ा सा entertainment हो जाए. The mind desires and the eyes cooperate. Eyes will cooperate. Chalo, let's browse, let's type something. This movie, this song, or this serial, or this comedy, or this cricket game. Let's type it up on YouTube and let's find it. The ears are enjoying listening. The eyes are enjoying seeing. But sankalp kahan se hua? Man se hua. Mind. Therefore, Krishna says that in Bhagavad Gita, the uncontrolled mind is the greatest enemy. And the controlled mind is the greatest friend. Because when the mind is controlled, when we have become Jitendriya, then with the mind, we do sankalp of serving Krishna. Hanumanji is described as Jitendriya. What is that pranam mantra for Hanumanji? What is that? I'm not able to remember now. Anybody remembers? Oh, everybody remembers. Sorry. Yes, Amrit Gauranga Mataji. I am not able to remember. One second. Jitendriyam buddhimatam varishtham. What is that pranam mantra? Please tell us.
Manojava marputulya vegam jitendriyam buddhimatam varishtam vatatmajam vanarayudha mukhyam Srīrāmadūtam shirasa namami.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So, Manojava Marudutulya Vegam. His veg is comparable to the speed of the mind. And Jitendriyam Buddhimatam Varishta. Who is Jitendriya? All his senses are under the control. Therefore, Hanumanji, when he makes a sankalpa, I am going to find Sitaji. Then no matter what temptation comes, Mainak Parvat can come from the ocean and say, Thoda aaram kar lo, take some rest. You have a long journey, difficult mission ahead. Hanumanji says, no. My dear Ram is waiting to hear news of Sitaji. Sitaji is waiting to hear news of Ram. And how can I sit and relax? I will relax after my mission is accomplished. So where does this Dhrida Vrata, this strong willpower comes from? It comes from Krishna. When the mind is offered to Krishna, man mana, tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yuddheja. Mai arpita mano buddhir mam evashasi asamshaya. Krishna says, Mai arpita mano buddhir. Offer your mind to me. Man mana. When we think of Krishna, when we offer our mind to Krishna, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur Mahashaya says, Manasa deha geha jo kichu mor arpilu tu apade Nanda Kishore. Try this one exercise from tomorrow. When we sit down to chant our japa in the morning, make a sankalpa. My dear Guru, my dear Gauranga, for the next 2 hours, I will attempt to chant my 16 rounds. It takes around 2 hours for most of us to chant 16 rounds. For these 2 hours, my dear Guru and Gauranga, I offer my mind at your lotus feet. And if the mind runs here and there, we should just tell our mind, I have offered you at the lotus feet of Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga. You stay there. And we can keep a photo of Shri Guru, Shri Gauranga, or our favorite deity, favorite personality, 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, Tulsi Maharani, whoever we feel connected to. And just offer the mind. That mind you cannot go anywhere. You focus on the lotus feet of Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. You focus on the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev. I was talking to one devotee and asking him how you chant so nicely. And he gave me a very nice idea. He said, Prabhuji, I think that I'm sitting at the lotus feet of my Guru Maharaj. And my Guru Maharaj is hearing every Mahamantra that I'm chanting. And in that mood, keeping a photo of Guru Maharaj, and my Guru Maharaj is chanting every Mahamantra that is listening to every Mahamantra that I'm chanting. Aisa sochkar, I chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I am chanting Tat Prityartham for the pleasure of Gurudev. Gurudev is listening. Gaur Nitai are listening for their pleasure because they want to hear Harinam. Mahaprabhu as a child would start crying, and when someone chanted Harinam, he would stop crying, he would smile. So for the pleasure of Mahaprabhu, Sri Chaitanya Dev, I am chanting Harinam. For the pleasure of my Guru Maharaj, who so mercifully called me at the time of initiation and gave me this Mahamantra, gave me Japamala that he had chanted on. For the pleasure of Gurudev, I am chanting. If we think like this, and we offer our mind at the lotus feet of Krishna when we chant, that mind, now you cannot go anywhere. 2 hours, you have to stay at the lotus feet of Guru Gauranga. So when the mind is controlled by being offered to Krishna, then the mind becomes our friend. Then the mind makes sankalpa कि अरे आज तो भक्ति वृक्षा मीटिंग है ना, सैटरडे है, जाना है, चलो जाएंगे आज. We should chant our 16 rounds before we go. We should be in good consciousness. Let me call the host and ask if I can do some seva. Can we bring something, some salad, some fruit, something we can bring for the program? आज किस पे कथा होने वाले, थोड़ा पढ़ लूं. We have all this anticipation. We have all this excitement in our mind. Why? Because now the mind is controlled by Krishna. Mind is offered to Krishna. If it's offered to Krishna, then Krishna will accept it. Whatever we accept with bhakti, tad bhakti ruparitam ashnami prayatatman. Krishna will accept what we offer with bhakti. If we offer our mind with bhakti, or we offer things to Krishna, patram pushpam phalam to him with our mind, manasi puja. Like Chaitanya Charitamrita, Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explains the South Indian Brahman sitting at Srirangam, who was mentally offering kheer to Lord Narayan. And to test the temperature of the kheer, is it too hot or has it cooled down? He put a finger, got burnt. So even with the mind, if we offer something to Krishna with love, Krishna will accept it. And if Krishna accepts it, then the mind is our best friend. If the mind is accepted by Krishna, we offer our mind to Krishna, then the mind becomes very good friend, because then the mind will do good sankalpa. Otherwise, if the mind is uncontrolled, that same mind, it is the same mind, but it will make wrong sankalpa. आज ऐसा करते हैं, आज वैसा करते हैं, आज इधर जाते हैं, कोई देख नहीं रहा, ये कर लेते हैं. But Krishna is watching. Krishna is watching. He is sitting in our heart. So we have to be very careful of our mind. And all these senses that we're talking about, they are produced by Rajogun, which means when the senses demand Vacho Vegam, Manasa Vegam, Krodha Vegam, Jivha Vegam, Udara Vegam, Upasta Vegam, when all these senses are demanding, we should remember, Kama Esha, Krodha Esha, which Guna Samudbhava? Rajoguna Samudbhava. All these Asat, Trishna, all these unnecessary desires, they are coming from mode of passion. And passion, we are not going to get Krishna through mode of passion. We'll stay here in this material world. Urdhvam gachanti sattvasta, madhye tishtanti rajasa, jagana guna vrittisya adho gachanti tamasa. Tamogun will take us down. Mode of passion will keep us in this material world. So we don't want to listen to mode of passion. All the demands of the senses are by mode of passion, because the senses are a product of mode of passion. In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says, all the sense organs headed by intelligence and the living energy, pran, are different products and byproducts of the second mode of nature, which is called mode of passion. Sattvagun is first, Rajogun, Tamogun, like that. Reverse order, Tamogun is first, then Rajogun, then Sattvagun. Text 32. Yadaite asangata bhava bhutendriya manogunaha yada yatana nirmane nashekur brahmavittama. If we want to become real spiritualists, then we all have to do PhD. Not BA, not MA, but PhD. PhD in what? Not PhD in medical science, engineering science, mathematics, Sanskrit. No. Not in sociology. No. We don't want to do PhD in any of these subjects. This is Jada Jnana. It is dull, mundane knowledge. We all have to do PhD in one subject matter if we want to make our life perfect. And what is that one subject we have to do PhD in? We have to do PhD in our mind. We have to really sit down, do some introspection, and analyze how our mind tricks us. माहित नहीं वाला तो बाहर ना ट्राई करते हैं बाहर से लाइन कट ली है no आला तो he'll ring the doorbell. Sorry. So we all have to really focus on our mind. Therefore the great souls have told us to focus on the mind. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami has written Mana Shiksha, teaching to the mind, because this mind can make us or it can break us. This is a fact. We all have to do PhD in mind. Just think and analyze how our mind controls us, how our mind dictates to us, how our mind elevates us, how our mind makes us fall. Everything we can understand if we analyze. I went through this situation and I made a mistake. Kaise made a mistake? Analyze it. It is our mind that has cheated us. Mind that has cheated us. The mind makes us crazy. The mind makes us think this thing is so important, I have to do it. Actually, it may not be important. But the mind magnifies the importance of that. Abnormally magnifies it too much and convinces us to do it. For example, we may sit to chant and the mind will say, boss, you have to check that email. You have to check that text message. You have to respond to it. Otherwise, you'll forget later on, or it's very important. Do it. Because the mind doesn't like to come under the control of Krishna. The mind is very much used to having his way with us. So when we chant, the mind knows that it will come under control. It will have to surrender to Krishna. And the mind rebels, doesn't like it. So it tries to create some disturbance in our bhajan, some vikshep. And this we have to identify. The mind will tell us, oh, this is very important. It will like 30 seconds. Come on, do it. No. I will not do it. That should be our sankalpa. And when we say no to the mind, then the mind comes under control. It's like an animal. If we feed the mind becomes stronger. But if we starve the mind, slowly, the mind will come under control. It will become tamed. So text 30. Narad, best of the transcendentalists, the forms of the body cannot take place as long as these created parts, namely the elements, senses, mind, and modes of nature are not assembled. So how the Mahat Tattva, it's set into motion through the three modes of material nature, the elements, Pancha Mahabhut, Bhumi, Rapo, Nalo, Vayur, Kham. Then the senses, which include the mind, and Kal, all these are mixed together and somehow the creation takes place. And Sri Brahmaji is saying to Sripad Narad Muni that the different forms of the different bodies, different species cannot be created unless all these things come together. The mode of nature, the 5 elements and everything, senses, purport. The different types of bodily construction of the living entities are exactly like different types of motor cars, manufactured by assembling the allied motor parts. When the car is ready, the driver sits in the car and moves it as he desires. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita. The living entity is as if seated on the machine of the body, and the car of the body is moving by the control of material nature. Who knows this verse? Please raise your hand. Who knows this verse from Bhagavad Gita ji? Prabhupada is speaking in English, but it has got connection to the Bhakti Bhagavad Gita verses. Yes, Sarojanandini Mataji, what verses Prabhupada is talking about?
Hare Krishna Prabhu Dandavat Pranam. Ishvara sarvabhutanam hridesharjuna tishtati brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra arudani mayaya.
Yantra arudha mayaya. This body is a yantra, a machine made by Maya. और हम उस पर आरूढ़ होकर मन षष्ठानि इंद्रियाणि प्रकृति स्थानि कर्षति, ये अपने इंद्रियों को लेकर, मन को लेकर बहुत संघर्ष कर रहे हैं. Struggle for existence. We are struggling to earn money, to maintain our health, to maintain our wealth, to maintain our position, maintain our prestige. Trying to fulfill so many desires that keep popping up in the mind. This struggle is going on. But if you think, my dear friends, Prabhupada is saying our material body and the soul inside, the Deha and the Dehi, is just like a car and the driver. Think about it. The car has 2 lights, headlights. We have 2 eyes. The car has a horn, pong, 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 pong. We have a mouth to speak and express ourselves. Car has 4 wheels. We have 4 limbs, 2 hands and 2 legs. The car needs fuel. We need fuel. The car needs oil change, maintenance. We need our annual physical. We also need our vitamins and exercise and all those things. This body is a machine as much as a car. This is a fact. Just as the father gives some playthings to the crying child to satisfy him, the whole material creation is made possible by the will of the Lord to allow the bewildered living entities to lord it over things as they desire. Now the question is, why Krishna gave this car to us? Why this yantra has been given to us? So that we can reach Krishna. This car is meant to reach the destination. And who is the destination? Well, it depends what you put in the GPS. Krishna wants us to put him, Golok Vrindavan, as the destination. But we can put sense gratification. We can put Kanaka. We can put Kamini. We can put Pratishtha in the GPS of our life. And that's where the body will go then. Jaisa sankalp karenge, vaisa hoga. Yam yam vapi smaran bhavam. Tente kalevaram tam tam evate kaunteya sadatat bhava bhavita. As we do chintan, as we do manan, as we desire, akanksha, vaisa hoga. That's what we will attain. So Krishna is giving, just like a father gives a child a toy to play. But if the toy distracts the child away from the father, then what is the use? In fact, the toy can be used to serve the father, isn't it? If the father says, I will give you the seed as a gift, and the child plants the seed, waters it, nourishes it, and then gives the flower or the fruit to the father later on, how happy the father will be. The living entities are exactly like small children playing in the material field under the control of a maidservant of the Lord. Who is our nanny? Who is our nanny? Raise your hands. Who is the nanny taking care of us? Nitya Leela Gaurangi Mataji.
Maya Prabhuji.
Yes, Maya. We are under the control of Maya. And we are so busy in our play date with our toys, the newly acquired toys. And every birth we get a new toy, new body. Remember how a child gets excited with a new toy? As if everything, the whole focus is on that new toy. For some time, then there is frustration. Then we want a new toy, a new video game, a new this, a new that. Because we get bored. And who is helping us play with our toys? It is Durga Devi, Maya Devi, material energy. Because all the toys are made of material energy. They accept Maya or the maid servant as all in all, and thus wrongly conceive the supreme truth to be feminine, Goddess Durga, because they cannot think beyond material nature. So for them, the supreme person is Goddess Durga, who is the material nature. Last paragraph. The parts of the body, such as senses, are the creation of the Mahat Tattva. And when they are assembled by the will of the Lord, the material body comes into existence and the living entity is allowed to use it for further activities. Krishna gives us his material body. Use it. Our free will is how we use it. We can use it in the service of Krishna. We can use it to understand Krishna. We can use it to come closer to Krishna. Or with this yantra, like car, we can go away from Krishna. Krishna is there, north. And with this body, we can go south, we can go east, we can go west. We can get lost forever. Tu karna mein class hai to.
He's saying, how do you adjust that internet router? You have this smartphone user app. Send me.
Hello. Hare Krishna devotees, will have to stop the class. The internet person has come to fix and I'll have to go and assist him. So I'm very sorry. We completed verse 32. I'm feeling so bad. Sorry. Tuesday also we could not have a class. But Krishna willing, next week we'll try to do better. So please forgive me. Sorry for disappointing all of you. But we'll have to stop here. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. We just moved into a new house and there are so many teething problems, so many issues. So please bear with me. Thank you very much, dear devotees. I would like to hear your voice once. Ask all to unmute. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol, Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
So much.
Don't worry. Dandavad Pranam.